I can count my favorite directors on one hand, but only one of those had me scrambling to find any and all of his films to see, as fast as I could. That director is Sam Fuller. Someone with a temperament like mine is thrilled by Fuller's movies. As you're watching them and becoming familiar with his style, there is the exciting feeling that practically anything could happen, and it's sure not gonna be boring. You can recommend a filmmaker or a movie to someone all you want. The Criterion Collection can promote Sam Fuller, and I did see them do it for years, as well as other filmmakers name-dropping him, but I always ignored it and thought, oh, that just looks like some more noir stuff. So when I happened to catch a movie called Hell and High Water on TCM, I was riveted and simultaneously stunned at how raw and immediate the action was, and the fact that no punches were pulled in the writing. I had to know who made this film, and sure enough, it was written and directed by the one and only Samuel Fuller. I could make a whole video about him, but to keep it short, he grew up in New York, became a news reporter, then spent World War II in the infantry from Algiers to Italy to D-Day and into Germany. He went on to become a Hollywood director like no other, and an inspiration for many, many filmmakers after. Check out the documentary A Fuller Life, or The Typewriter, the Rifle, and the Movie Camera to hear about and from the man himself. Hell and High Water is actually not one of Fuller's favorites, but only because it wasn't from an idea of his. He liked to start up from scratch with his screenplays, and he wrote plenty of them. This story concerns a secret mission in a submarine to locate an island where it is suspected the Chinese are building an atomic bomb. It sounds like a standard Cold War plot, but Fuller takes it and throws so much at the story, from character interactions to perilous situations, that is anything but typical. Take the opening of the movie. No regular Fox theme, Alfred Newman instead grabs you with some savage brass, and then we're treated to actual nuclear test footage, shot in CinemaScope, which was acquired from the Army. However, they were asked to correct out certain colors for security reasons. Just from that opening, you get an example of the Fox studio firing on all cylinders. A bunch of beautiful location shots were filmed for the movie, which, aside from exhibiting the new process of CinemaScope, also add that much more opulence. Because the widescreen process was fairly new, Fuller didn't want to be restricted by the limitations then foisted on directors utilizing it. Sam Fuller met with the inventor of CinemaScope in order to get used to the lens and make the most out of it. As with most of his movies, any innovation seems to come about as a matter of necessity for telling the story visually, rather than just to present style and gimmick for their own sake. Being a good journalist, Fuller also did some research, spending a couple days on an actual submarine. After hearing stories from the crew, he came back with some details that informed the most memorable scenes in the film. Fuller's experiences often spurred him to add things to movies you don't often see, which don't just add extra believability, but are what movies are all about, giving us new and interesting sights. The central duel between our hero's sub and the Chinese submarine is awesome, and the tension is impeccably drawn out, like two men locked in mortal confrontation, as Fuller put it. His characters are always so well defined that you can easily remember who's who before long. By the end of his movies, you've faced tough sacrifices and you're feeling like you just got a bloody lip in a brawl, but it's that good kind of hurt that makes a movie stick.